This is the Star Wars comic book series 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm. Heir to the Empire, Luke Skywalker and Isalamiri. So this figure is one of four of figures that were comic book characters that Hasbro's released for the Black Series line. I've done a review of Darth Maul, and I thought I was going to stop with Darth Maul because these figures are very expensive, but I had to get Luke. I'm trying to get as much Luke Skywalker figures for the collection. Can't have too many of those, right? I picked it up at R Toys. And here is Luke out of packaging. And he looks great. I have no problems with this figure whatsoever, which is a shock. Normally I'd nitpick and comment here and there. But the only thing, yeah, I had to say something. He kind of looks like a repaint of Dagobah Luke. I don't have the Dagobah Luke figure. I've seen pictures of it and all that, and I can't be sure for certain until I actually get that figure. But somebody tell me in the comment section, how much of a repaint is this figure? Because the shirt, the boots, and the pants look awfully like the Dagobah Luke, either the retro blister card packaging or the deluxe packaging with Yoda. It kind of looks like that. The head sculpt kind of looks like it, probably just painted differently. The hair sculpt is probably painted differently. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comment section. But nevertheless, it is one of those Luke Skywalker figures that I'm actually very, very pleased with. Now, he comes with this creature. It's called an Isalamiri. Isalamiri? Am I saying it correctly? Or is it Isalamiri? That's how it's spelled. And apparently this is a force negative creature. It negates the force. It doesn't actually negate the force. It just produces a negative space bubble, I guess. A bubble that sort of suppresses the force or use of the force. And if I'm not mistaken, this should have been an accessory for Grand Admiral Thrawn, but they put it with him. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the comic books. I may have briefly dipped into the Star Wars comic books when they were out, but it was a long time ago. So somebody let me know why this is with Luke, or is it just Hasbro's way of putting out these accessories for other figures. It's a nice, cool looking figure. You can actually put it on his shoulder if you want to, or any other Black Series figure that you want them to negate the force, to prevent them from using the force. So let's talk about the details of this figure. So he comes with his episode 6 lightsaber, which is actually pretty cool. The blade is removable, but once you remove it and you try to put it back, it becomes a little bit loose, at least on my copy. I love this really nice lime green clear plastic that they used for this lightsaber. The hilt is painted fantastic with the silver and gold highlights. Really nice. And it's not as soft and malleable as previous lightsabers. It's pretty stiff, pretty hard. And going back to the figure, the mold is actually pretty good. A little tight on the ball joint for the ab crunch or for the midsection articulation. The neck is on that triple ball joint new neck articulation for Black Series figures. There's a ball joint here, there's a ball joint there, there's a ball joint at the base of the neck. And the head sculpt is really what sells this figure, in my opinion. I think this is one of the more accurate Mark Hamill looking head sculpt, at least when he was younger. I don't know, I could be wrong. He still has that Sebastian Stan look, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. I'm actually kind of curious now. I might just go out and hunt down a Dagobah Luke. Maybe the blister card, since that one's cheaper than the deluxe version. So yeah, the limbs or the joint articulation, they're still tight. They don't feel too loose, considering the fact that they probably recycled this buck. Yeah, nice 110-degree articulation on the elbow bend. No butterfly joints though, or is there? Oh, Is there a butterfly joint? Yeah, there is. It's a very subtle butterfly joint. Almost missed that. Yeah. Oh, wow, it's tight, but it is there. Okay. Arms can go in and out, forward and backward. Elbow swivels and hinges. Wrist, this one goes in and out. This one goes up and down and has the swivel. Hips, you do the splits, forward and backward. Thigh swivel. Hinge knees, the swivel. Nope, no calf. Boots, or the feet, can go up and down and have the rocker tilt. So all in all, a very, very well sculpted, well articulated figure. Best part of it is that awesome Luke Skywalker head sculpt. And so for a bit of comparison, here are all my Luke Skywalker figures. Yeah, I'm missing the Hoth Luke and the Dagobah Luke. Probably the Dagobah Luke. I'll probably get that sooner or later. But the Hoth Luke, oh my goodness, the Echo Base, Hoth Echo Base Luke. The sculpt on the head sculpt is just horrible, so I'm still waiting for that one to go on super clearance. Maybe I'll pick it up. It's now down to like $12 or $14. Still a pass for me though. But you get all sorts of Luke. You've got the Ellen DeGeneres Luke, you've got the Bieber Luke, you've got Thomas Hayden Church, you've got the Sebastian Stan Luke Skywalker, and this guy and maybe the Skywalker Strikes Luke are probably the closest ones to look like Mark Hamill. Maybe him, but it's an old sculpt, so you can clearly see the height differences. Ellen DeGeneres is still the tallest one, with the shortest one being the the X-Wing fighter pilot Luke. It's an old mold, so definitely you'd expect that, a smaller figure, but this figure is actually pretty tall. All right, that's better, I think, and yeah. He's right there on the taller figure, more taller figure. These three are probably the tallest ones. These are next, and he's the shortest. But yeah, head sculpt wise, I think he's got the best one out here, together with this guy. Both these two figures are probably the closest one we're gonna get to a Mark Hamill sculpt. With this guy a close third or second, and then him. And these two just need to be updated. So yeah, very, very good. It's a nice addition to any Luke Skywalker collection. Some final thoughts on this Luke Skywalker comic book figure. I like it. Bearing the fact that I still don't have the Dagobah Luke, this is probably my favorite, or one of my favorite Luke Skywalker figures for the Black Series line. Definitely a big fan of this one. It's gonna get a 10 out of 10. Definitely pleased with it. I highly recommend it. If you've not picked this figure up, go give it a second look. It's a little pricier than most Black Series figure. It'll go for about $38. But I think it's well worth it. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this comic book Luke Skywalker from the Black Series line. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.